Hello, welcome to the Circus Tavern. And so it's come to this: the machine, the rocket, the thorn and the power. There were 13, take away 16, 16 take away 8 and 8 take away 4 makes... 4, I think.
So, who's still standing?
Phil Taylor.
Legend.
The power's switched on.
Relentless.
Unbeatable.
Or is he?
Ronnie Baxter's on song.
Inscrutable.
Baxter marches on.
Experienced.
Clinical.
Then there's Robert Thornton.
Cool.
There's no stopping this little fella at the moment.
Consistent.
Tenacious. And last but not least, James Wade.
Fiery.
Feisty.
And a finisher.
He's done it!
4 men.
Vying for 1 crown.
Game on. So here are the famous 4 semi-finalists. First up, it's Robert Thornton, who takes on James Wade. And after that, Ronnie Baxter, with the small matter of trying to knock out Phil the Power Taylor. Right, let's get straight down to the action with the first of this afternoon's semi-finals between James Wade and Robert Thornton. Now, Wade led by a leg or 2 for most of the early action, but...
As we join it, Thornton leads 11-9. Game on.
It's the business end of this semi-final. They might be friends, they might be practice partners, but all thoughts of friendship kind of have to be forgotten for the next few minutes, because it's all about who's going to take the place in the final. Robbie Thornton here with the darts, leading by 11 legs to 9, and a berth in that final against either Ronnie Baxter or Phil Taylor awaits. The favourite was James Wade. He was 9-4 on, remember. Well, he wouldn't be 9-4 on now.
100.
Well, it certainly won't be. Well, the story of the game so far, a slow start from both players. Wade took the initiative, took 8-6 lead, and Thornton had a fantastic 5-leg burst where he hit 5 180s, including a 150 finish. And now 11-9 ahead, with 2 legs away from the final.
He might be small of stature, Robbie Thornton, but he's a real battler, isn't he? He's a street fighter of a darts player. He really gets stuck in, and he has belief in himself.
Well, so not so often in tournaments he's played on the TV. He's scraped through some of them.
91.
Shows his battling performances, his qualities.
He dragged the best out of Phil Taylor in Frankfurt, didn't he? He was leading.
Well, Phil Taylor had the 2nd highest average on TV to beat him. So, it shows what he's capable of.
Now, 130. This would be a big check out, and this would put him within a leg of a place in the final.
Well, doesn't need to go for the bulls, he'll go for 10 for tops.
Thornton in a powerful position now. Wade can do no more than put the pressure on. Now, Thornton, double top for 12-9. This is a key moment for Robbie Thornton, and he converts it. Yes, he shouts. 12-9, only 1 more required.
Oh, fantastic 177 from Wade to set the shot up, but he never got a throw. Thornton with a 13-dart leg there, double top with the first dart. 1 leg away.
And he'll come back even if he loses this with the darts. His destiny is in his own hands.
Well, he's got 2 more throws with his throw. Throwing first. So he's certainly got a chance. He's got to get that out of his mind and get on with it. Wade just struggling a little bit there, but he's ahead in this leg.
Might not be for very long if he can hit another. Needs another one. And gets it.
Well, pressure is certainly on Wade now. Last chance saloon.
41.
Oh, a really loose last dart. Now Thornton can put the knife in. Switching down and a good cover shot.
Well, he'll go back up to leave the 170.
91.
Well, there's Jason there. Both his players on stage here. So just applauding the good darts. There's been plenty of that. And there's plenty of that as well. 7 Wade and 5 Thornton. That's 12 in the match.
170. This will be the best check out of the tournament. It's not to be. So Wade, well, you sense he's got to get this. Must do. 55.
Well, no other option. And there's a good option for Wade. A little bit tentative there because he knows that Thornton has 2 more throws in this match.
As the darts, 12-10 ahead. Pressure is on both these players now. Who's going to handle it the better? Wade prevailed in close games against Painter and Barneveld. His nerve held. He's switching down.
Well, Thornton hit trouble with the last dart to get the ton, which you beg for when you're throwing first to win the match. But Wade didn't respond, only 57. Well, G'd himself up maybe just a little bit too much there, but a good second dart.
80.
Unlucky with the third. Wrong bed, just fractions away. Penny for your thoughts, James.
Well, he's got 1 foot in the final. He's got to get his left one there as well. Still work 100. To do.
321. Good first dart. That's 2 in. Oh, what a time to get 180 and your 6th maximum of the match. He's closing this one out. He's down to 141.
Well, 141.
100.
Wade back on 244. He'd love to kill it with these 3.
What a great opportunity for Robbie Thornton to take the match. Not going to be with this visit, but he's going to get another opportunity. Lovely cover shot.
81.
So he's on 60. Straightforward conversion of this match, maybe for Thornton at the next visit. Practice stuff.
Well, all Wade can do is hit them. Well, good 140. See Thornton G'd himself up there.
60 then for Robbie Thornton. This for a place in the final. He gets it! Robbie Thornton, double top. Big mates these two, and Thornton, the underdog, the Scotsman, beats James Wade, and he is into a major final here. He celebrates, he wins it by 13 legs to 10, and he'll be up against Taylor or Baxter. They're next.
You just described yourself as a bad habit, you just never go away. Is that how it felt?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I went 2 legs down and I thought I've got to pull it back, so I mean, I never go away. I'm not a bad habit, I just keep coming.
You're stubborn, you're relentless, you're a bit like a diesel engine rather than a petrol engine. It took you a while to get going, but when you're in your swing, you were swinging, weren't you?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I missed a couple of doubles earlier on, so did James, and the first half of the match I think was very scrappy, but the second half of the match went in my favour because, I don't know, James didn't look right in the second half.
So some fight back from Robert Thornton to book his place in the final. After the break, we'll find out how Ronnie Baxter gets on against Phil Taylor, the man who dispatched Colin Lloyd yesterday without reply. Welcome back. Now let's crack on with action from today's second semi-final, featuring Ronnie Baxter taking on this fella. For Lloyd though, Reid Baxter, another hugely one-sided Phil Taylor demolition, leaving Baxter looking shell-shocked. We join it at 11-2.
It just must be so demoralising.
140.
You know, just stood behind Taylor, leg after leg after leg. You know, and here we are, 11-2. Baxter's had 8 darts at a double, and he's hit 2 of them.
Well, interesting, the stats side of this game. Baxter only 3 behind Taylor in ton pluses, only 1 behind Taylor in the 140s, and only 1 behind in the 180s, and it's 11-2.
61% on the doubles.
Yeah, that's impressive by Taylor.
And there's another one. Back takes his average over the 100 mark. 3 maximums, a 177, 2 ton plus checkouts.
91.
Well, there's a bit of compensation. Baxter will be going for that 170. And he returns. He's got a grand's worth of it at the moment with the 167.
170.
See if he can put this in.
And Taylor here,
60.
another 11 darter
81.
to go within 1 leg of the final. Double 12. Two sixes. Well, phenomenal. It really is that good. Taylor 12-2 in front.
15th leg,
Averaging 101.
Game on.
60% checkout. And here he comes, throwing for a place in the final.
There's the evidence. Over 100. Baxter is 91 average. That would win you most games. It's a top average. Well, against Taylor, you have to do something a bit special. Sure, Baxter, as most players would know, is capable of those kind of averages around the 100 mark. Just on this occasion, falling a bit short. But all in all, great performance this week. End.
140.
Forever in the pursuit of darting perfection, Phil Taylor.
97.
It is a rout. Pure and simple.
If and when he does retire, he's going to leave
140.
big shoes for someone to step in, that's for sure.
He does like to win matches in style. He does like to win matches in style.
105. Ronnie require
13 darter for Taylor. Unless we see a miracle from Baxter.
132.
It looks like this is it. For the match. Another fantastic performance from Phil Taylor. A rout it was at the circus. 101.5 average. And Phil Taylor, chasing another big TV title, will take on Robert Thornton in the final. The first final on Sunday night of the Players' Championship Tournament. Taylor wins 13-2.
What can you do? 92 average, perfectly respectable.
Yeah, respectable, but that gameplay was just... I just couldn't find that treble. First dart, second dart, and when I was in it, I was out of it just as fast.
If he clicks, then I'm out. You know, there's two ways about it. He's a fantastic player. He deserves to be in the semi-final, and he's been in more finals probably than I have, but people don't know about.
Don't silly, Phil.
Yeah, he's been in, and he's won loads, but he just never tells the taxman. But I'm delighted.
Well,
obviously,
you can pay for that.
I can sit down now, relax a little bit, a couple hours off, and get ready for tonight.
So Phil Taylor into yet another major final here at the Circus Tavern. After the break, we'll find out whether Robert Thornton could do anything to stop him.
Can anyone cut off the power? You have to say, at the moment, it just looks highly unlikely. You would just not believe it! That is quite incredible! Taylor, at the moment, looking invincible. World champion, World Grand Prix champion, Grand Slam champion, European champion, World Match Play, Las Vegas Desert Classic, US Open, Premier League.
Robert Thornton!
He gets it!
Robbie Thornton
is into a major final here. The underdog, the Scotsman, beats James Wade. He's a real battler, and he will believe that he can upset the odds.
Brilliant darts from Thornton.
This is going to be a good match, make no doubt about it.
Back from the break, back to the tavern, straight back to the action. It's that much-awaited final between the Thorn and the Power. Robert Thornton refused to be overwhelmed from the off and narrowly missed out on a 1-3-4 checkout to take the lead in the 11th.
118.
The Power then only half switched on in the early stages. We join the action with the game right in the balance.
Well, there we go. He struggled all through this final on the left side of the board on double 8, double 16.
Game on.
Leaves himself tops, bang first dart. 6-5 Taylor, race to 16. But here comes Thornton.
140.
Well, good that moment. Thornton missed the 1-3-4. Changed the way this game pans out from this point. Taylor showing
60.
signs, being put under pressure. He's not used to this.
Well, he's showing signs of being vulnerable.
It's great, isn't it?
100.
Well, let's be honest, not many people would have predicted this score
100.
45 minutes ago when this final started.
Not with Thornton, only averaging 87. No, definitely not. And as we've seen in all of his previous matches,
81.
especially the semis and the quarters, he's got better and better and better. The majority of his 180s have come in the last half dozen legs.
Great accuracy again from the Power.
174.
Fabulous, fabulous darts from the Power.
There you are on 3-4-1. You're on 180. You think, well, this leg's safe. What does the great man do? That's a 174 in to leave a finish.
You require 167.
Highest check of the week. 167 so far. So Thornton is going to get at least a dart.
Indication of what I said, how Taylor changes things. The throw earlier, he was low. Now he's aiming for top wires. And trust me, he will be aiming at the top part of the treble.
Robert, you require 80.
For 6 apiece, Robert Thornton.
15 ball. Double 10. Great finish.
Oh, what a recovery. What a finish from Rob Thornton. And what a final this is turning out to be.
What a fighter.
Look at Taylor's face as well.
He doesn't like it.
Well, the last 9 legs have gone with the throw. Switch again from the Power.
139.
Super stuff by Thornton. Absolutely superb.
Well, after that first dart in the 5, that was, you know, 80 checkout. It was as good
45.
as double that, wasn't it? The way he recovered.
That dart on that 1-3-4 just clipped the inside of the wire. If that would have gone in, he'd have been 7-5 up. Another super leg by Taylor.
Thornton doing himself proud here. And do you know what? He may not be
45.
piling in the big scores, but...
Well, we're seeing it again on one of Taylor's legs. He's having a bit of a nightmare. That's why his average is so low, but he's competing. If he's averaging 95 on his own throw, and only 75 on Taylor's throw, so he ends up with an average of around 85.
2 breaks of throws so far in the final. Taylor in the second leg, Thornton in the fourth after Taylor had missed
59.
6 darts and a double.
Failure required 87.
His average beginning to creep up, Taylor. And closer to that magical 100 mark. 888 for 7-6.
Yeah, that's much better from Taylor. There's no pressure on the shot, but nevertheless that'll do him the world of good. 7-6 it is, and again the pressure now on Thornton to perform on his own throw. Just keep winning your own throw. You talked about that so much before in the build-up to this final.
78.
3 in a row.
Well, we've seen a similar thing the last time these two played in Frankfurt late last year. We could be, after 14 legs of that match, be the same in this one. 7 apiece.
Again, wayward Thornton. Good adjustment.
85.
That's what he's averaging, 85.
Well, there's many players who've stood on that stage
100.
with a 95-100 average and not won a set. I hope they're going to get up for score tomorrow. Ah, the snow. The snow, they won't be going to school.
100.
Is that what you were in here, Pikey?
Thinks that's what I weigh, actually. Great darts from Taylor.
Third 180. Is this where the momentum changes in this match? Our first break in how many legs, Stu?
55.
The last 10 legs
Failure
all won
required
with the
121.
throw, and quite often, so often in finals, as you said, there's a moment, isn't there? There's a moment where you can point back and say that's where Taylor took control.
89.
Taylor on a finish. Well, will this be too little too late for Thornton? Ah, fabulous,
159.
fabulous. Now there is pressure on
Failure
Taylor
required 32.
for 8-6. Crucial break. Yeah, no mistake this time. He knows how important that double 16 may prove to be come the end of this final. And so does Robert Thornton.
Well, that look from Taylor says it all. He's going to kick on.
Taylor's average now pushing up near to 99.
137.
Incredibly, 13 points higher than Robert Thornton. Yeah, he's giving himself a chance, Chris, that's for sure.
Well, he's steely, that's for sure.
Not so far. Surely, well, he's. I just don't understand that. I'm sorry, I mean, you're, you know, the expert. You're the player. But what on earth was he doing? What on earth was he doing with that last dart?
Who knows? I mean, sometimes you can adjust around it when you're really buzzing. But in those situations, you keep putting a dart under.
99.
Look at Taylor. As soon as there's any danger of not hitting that treble 20, out he comes. And these boys can hit any treble on the dartboard. But, you know, ironic, in the throw before, Taylor hit that double.
58.
Thornton hit a 180. How many times do we see that from players when there's no pressure, they know the leg's over in their mind, and they hit a 180? Just shows you how much side of this game is between the ears.
60.
Well, only 60 and more frustration for Taylor.
Thornton can pressure this, Stu.
Well, I tell you, I bet you Taylor will be glad of the 10-minute break coming up after this leg, as Thornton does put some pressure on the shot here from the power.
110.
Trying to take a 3-leg lead for the first time in this final.
Oh, he went for ball tops, he'll stay there.
53.
No, he's made a little bit of a mess of that. But it's a big ask from Thornton, Stu. Can't do it. That leaves 103. Can't be done with 2. Needs to put pressure on Taylor.
We've seen too many stray darts from Robert Thornton into the 5s, uncharacteristically so far in
61.
this final. So Taylor then
require 57
to take a grip on this final. Tops the target. 9-6 it is. Look at that. He knows how important that dart is. Taylor, for the first time, takes a 3-leg lead over Robert Thornton. The Scots still very much in there, but Taylor, in the race to 16, now leads 9-6.
After the break, the denouement of the inaugural Players' Championship. It's the end of the line. As we rejoin the action, Taylor has opened up an impressive 5-leg lead.
We had a 10-minute interval, the players.
100.
Had a few minutes, but both players came out and kept practicing on the board. Keep that momentum going. But the momentum certainly in Taylor's favour at the moment.
$125. 60.
Concentration key here, and Phil Taylor, he talks a lot about working on his fitness. You need to be fit to maintain concentration through a marathon match such as this. Mentally fit as well as physically fit.
You certainly do. He's a tough competitor, Thornton, as you say. He's now got to get back to the grind and try and get his rhythm back that he had in the early part and the middle part of this final.
Switching down the board. Well, this is a big leg for Thornton, isn't it? He lost the darts again. He's really lost his rhythm, hasn't he?
He certainly has. He's had 5 or 6 attempts at big finishes in this game, and then Taylor has finished the leg. Could have been also different.
I think that back to that very first leg. That's a 140 for Taylor. You think back to the very first leg where he so narrowly missed that 170 checkout. There's the 134, almost got that 160.
Yep, 2 at 164. Missed the ball, but a good 180 from Thornton. But it might be too late.
That's his third. Taylor now 78 to go 12-6. 20 would leave him double tops. And 12-6. Thornton breathes again. Got to get this, Alan.
Well, absolutely. Through first in this leg. Just get it in that double and then start the next one. Well, good second dart from Thornton there. Moved slightly over the hockey and pinned the double.
He breathes a sigh of relief. Maybe that'll just settle him down again. He's not played well since the interval.
Well, switching already. Bad lie with a 20. One of the best in the game on the cover shots.
96.
Really trying to G himself up, Robert Thornton.
Well, 18 legs, and we've only had 6 180s.
100.
Well, the scoring hasn't been exactly Olympian, has it? But it's been a fascinating game. Really, really interesting match.
Well, the virtue of the missed doubles, it's given Thornton a few extra more chances he may have normally never received.
Taylor's success rate now up to 31%. He's improved, but earlier on in the match he was really struggling on his doubles. And Thornton's a scrapper. He's one of those players who just keeps on coming, isn't he? Keeps trying, keeps battling.
Well, Ned Bolton showed the outside of the tavern, and there's some cage fighting later on this month. Have to shove Robert in the middle.
100.
That's two good darts. Really good darts. He's set up the finish. No check out for Taylor. Thornton, the possibility of nicking a leg back.
Go for the ball because he was on 205. Hit the ball.
Well, treble 20. Sorry, Alan. Treble 20, treble 20, double 10. He's got the first one. Narrowly missing the second. Now Taylor, 75.
Treble 17 for double 12. If it's a single, it's 18 for tops. So should be getting at least one dart at the double. Big 18. Double top for Taylor. 12-7 lead.
35.
Well, again, Thornton can take two legs on the trot here.
You get your opportunities against Taylor in this sort of situation, you have to take them. Robert knows that only too well, and he gets it. And you look at the expression on his face and that roar of approval from the man himself, and you know just how much it meant.
Apart from obviously getting the last two legs, it might just give him that little bit more confidence. Taylor seemed to be running away and Thornton lost his line. Now he's well and truly back.
Needed that last treble, didn't he? Got to hold on to his darts, having made that break.
Two from Taylor. Three from Taylor. The fourth 180. One ahead of Thornton.
A little bit unlucky with that first dart, Robert. And the last one a little bit loose, glancing across into the 5. And Taylor now, already with 180, switching down the board. Beautiful cover shot.
119 would have obviously still left the 9-dart finish available. Well, it's hot up there, snow outside, and we've got the Iceman in commentary.
96.
In a very, very warm commentary box. People standing to get a good view all around here. There's not a spare seat in the place, and a fair few packed in around the sides as well.
60.
Thornton wants 265. Oh, good evening.
Fantastic last start from Thornton there.
125. Treble 20 double top would put him at 12-8. No.
65.
Well, Thornton went for the treble 15 with his last dart. Could have singled it, would have left 170, but on 140. Needed two of those though. One in the middle.
60.
You suspect that Taylor is not going to waste this opportunity. 60 is the target. That's 20 of them. And he only needs one dart to go 12-8 ahead. Takes that leg against the darts.
Taylor now 4 legs ahead and 4 away from the first Coral Players' Championship winning trophy and a cheque for £50,000.
134.
To add to his none-too-small stash, which he's already accumulated over the years. Rather successful at this game, Mr. Taylor. Robert Thornton, the newcomer, rising rapidly up the ranks, scoring well.
Well, if Robert Thornton does lose this game, he'll probably look back and think, well, I had a lot of chances there.
55.
He certainly had chances. Kept battling. He's reaching the point now, though, where he's going to have to produce the darts of his life. Come on, he shouts.
41.
Well, we had this 6 or 7 legs ago, John, when he looked like he lost his lie and confidence, and all of a sudden he wins 2 legs on the trot.
It went from 6-all to 10-6, didn't it?
It did, and then it just seemed to have gone again.
11-6, in fact.
Well, there's the Pink Panther, all the way down from Durham.
That's awful. That is awful.
100.
I won't even begin to try to explain that for those who are not aware of the Pink Panther theme tune.
100.
Lee's double 16 on his return. Only a 180, really, will pressurise the 32.
Taylor looking for double 16 to go 13-8, 5 ahead, 16 he needs to win this title. Double 16, it's his favourite, and there you go, he shows it. And it is slipping away from Robert Thornton.
Well, although we've had 1 or 2 scrappy legs in the last 6 or 7, and Taylor's got to the double, he's pegged it, which is better from Thornton.
100.
Needs to do this a lot more.
Wee bit unlucky with that last dart, wasn't he? That's a lovely opening dart from Taylor. And a beautiful second.
Well, down for the 19, bad lie, he thought.
What a magnificent cover shot, beautiful.
Yeah, one of the best in the game at the cover. Thornton seems to have woken up. He's definitely woken up. That's his 4th 180, that's 4 apiece.
Needed to, didn't he?
Well, he did go first in this leg, so obviously, apart from the scoreline, crucial to hold his throw. We said that at the start of the show.
Saw how much Taylor was angry at missing that treble 20. He wants the 9-darter. He wants a big, showy
57.
leg on his way to this title. Thornton's got to check out when he comes back.
If it's a single here, he'll go for the 18 with the last dart to cover for the 170.
58. Robert, you require
So Thornton 124. That's a good start. Just missing out. Bull. Oh, good dart. Good dart for Thornton. Revives his faltering progress. Just when he needed it.
Absolutely, John. Exactly when he needed it. And you can see by the expression what it meant. Held his throat, hanging on to the shirt tails of the power. A 180 in that leg and a 124 finish. That's what he can do. He needs to do it again.
That's not a bad start.
100.
Beautiful first dart, but it all went a bit haywire thereafter by the standards he was hoping to produce.
Well, it was a good marker. Just seemed to flag it a little bit higher.
100.
Concentration from Taylor there. Got some stick from Helen Chamberlain for dyeing his hair, but you'll see that better on the highlights tonight on ITV.
I didn't notice that he had dyed his hair. As one with nature's highlights, I fully approve.
Oh, going down for the cover.
131.
Leaves 130 when he comes back. Just in case, well, Thornton can't leave a finish.
100.
Now Taylor, 130 for 14-9. Treble 20, the first target. So he's missed that and can't do the checkout now.
Well, he's made a mess of this, so he's going to, well,
69.
hit the trouble with the last one eventually. Well, Thornton If he can put a big shot in here, Taylor may only get one dart at the double.
100.
Would have hoped for a wee bit more than that. Taylor 61 now then for 14-9.
Treble 15 probably. Yeah, double 8. Gives him 2 darts. And only needed one. 14-9 ahead. Only 2 legs away from the title.
Throw first. Game on.
Well, people will say he hasn't performed to the best. Still just under 98 average.
Maximum number 5 for Robert Thornton. He's scrapped. He's still trying. But it would be a phenomenal performance if he were to turn this around. Coming down the board.
177.
We've seen some turnarounds this weekend. We saw Wayne Mardle come back when he looked as though he was going out against Mark Walsh. We saw most famously Dennis Priestley coming back against John Part in that magnificent victory. But Thornton, if he came back from here, well, arguably it would be ranking right alongside them, and of course it would carry him to the title.
Certainly would. Deflected to the left, disappointed with that. Well, Thornton here, 266. May need to, well, depends where this second dart go. Well, he'll stay up there now. And he's certainly glad he did.
3 on the width of roughly a drawing pin, I would say.
Well, that's 3 consecutive 180s in legs for Thornton. Taylor down for the 19s.
139.
Thornton 86.
Robert, you require 86.
For 14-10. 18 would leave him the bull. He's got it. Bullseye is what's required. It was out of the 25.
Yep, certainly was. Hit the 1-2-4 a few legs previous.
60.
But not this time. So Taylor homing in on 20 for tops.
Double 10 now. There it is, 15-9, and Taylor now just 1 leg away from the title.
25th.
He's got the darts.
Game on.
And the match looks as though it is just about over and decided with that. He had 2 180s in that leg, Thornton, and still Taylor took it. This leg could decide it. How he would love to do it with a 9-darter. What a beautiful cover shot, it's on.
Well, it certainly is. Bad lie on the 20s. But a treble 19.
58.
324. It's still on. Oh, and just glanced out of it. Unlucky.
130.
Unlucky. Beautiful darts.
I think he had a word with Russ there, thinking he was breathing out and pushed it into the treble 5.
99.
189 then, Taylor now. Closing in. No check out, of course, but he can set it right up.
Well, good score, a good finish, obviously, Taylor. But to me, the best in the game at setting the shot up.
93.
He's left himself 96. Thornton way back. Taylor can come back with treble 20, double 18.
54.
As simple as that.
Well, he's got some time on his hands.
Here he goes then. 96 required. He's got it. Now double 18. That is the title for Phil Taylor. He is the Players' Champion. And Taylor celebrates. He wasn't at his very best, but he has added yet another televised title, defeating in the end Robert Thornton by 16 legs to 9. Nice spirit between them. And Taylor's reign at the top of world darts continues.
So there it is, the inaugural Players' Champion, none other than Phil the Power Taylor, and you get the feeling he won't stop there.
Just keep going and keep trusting in your ability, you know, believe in yourself. The hardest thing in the world is when you're up there and you start getting beaten, believe me, and you don't know what you're doing wrong, and all of a sudden you throw 3 perfect darts and you think, your practice is right now, because sometimes people don't know how to practice, and that's one of the things, you know, even I'm still learning and still trying to improve on.
That was a very, very decent performance, and I think you know it. For a long time, you held him.
Yeah, I'm getting there, but nah, he kicks up an extra couple of gears, don't he? He's just a man.
So that's it, and as the happy darting public make their way to their waiting limousines and stretch Hummers and taxis to slip and slide through the sludge of this early February night, the Circus Tavern once again can return to its peace and quiet and reflect on another few amazing days of darts at the Circus Tavern and another win for Phil Taylor. When will it stop? All that it remains for us to say is good night and sleep well.
Back at the world famous Circus Tavern
at the legendary Circus
Tavern. Just a special feeling around the place, a real buzz. Now the crowd are on their feet, the Circus Tavern's rocking again.
They are hanging on every dart here. Oh, look at that!
Remember your dream, because you're on the skin, so keep on pushing.
Lovely darts, peppering the trebles.
A golden spell of darts.
Dennis Priestley, that is amazing!
Oh, what a shot from the Dutchman! You would just not believe it! Brilliant darts from Thornton.
He's really charged up, James Wade. Absolutely prime form. Needs the ball for 167. Taylor wins 9-0.
There's nothing less than the second best. Do not obey, you must be so safe that you can pass the test.
Can anyone cut off the power?
To a greater day, with just a little faith, if you put your mind to it, you can surely do it.
That is the title for Phil